Hey, welcome back to another episode of Talkin' Shit ATL with your hosts, Amanda Ellenberg.
And I'm Prodigy Q.
And then you can't see Teddy as much. He was in the shot perfectly before we started. But he's there. As long as he's calm, we're good.
Right. I'm pretty sure y'all saw him enough in the past episodes too, because he definitely made sure his presence was known. If y'all wasn't missing him.
Right, the biggest diva of our show.
Our whole show. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy.
We love him though.
I love it so much. And we've been doing these videos and editing videos these past episodes, so it's been so crazy, like seeing like his progress in all of it and remaining the star.
Yeah.
Since his debut, so
I know he used to go wild. That's okay. So before we get into that, because that could be part of it as well. We are reflecting on the past year.
Yes.
Because next week we will have our anniversary episode with our past guests. Most of them in person, one on the phone.
Yes.
And it will be really fun.
Really
so come check it out. We'll be talking to them about their year, about the podcast, about everything happening outside of the podcast, and a bunch of stuff in between.
And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see everybody again and have them all in the same room and really just be able to catch up. So because it's been a great year, and again, as we reflect, we'll be talking more about, I guess, reminiscing of this process and how it's been for us and all the things, and so it's been really good. It
has.
And
like we've grown so much, just as much as he's grown. I try to not say his name too much because then that's when he gets excited.
You're right.
But
talk about me.
Like he used to, like in the very beginning of us doing this, we had to do so many things to get him to calm down. And then even then, like halfway through the episode, he'd start barking or throwing his toys around, or hitting the camera or like jumping around and destroying stuff. He did so much. It's such a miracle that we're able to have him on here and just chilling. We were about to X him out the show.
And after those last couple weeks, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about it again, like Teddy.
We gave you so many strikes. You got all the chances and you still we'll see. It depends on how he does, because he doesn't have to be part of the show, so it's fine if not, but I think it's really cute. Until moving the camera and all kinds of stuff. Even though he did a nice, like I edited the last episode, he did a nice little pan. I was like, we got a cameraman right here. it was a real smooth pan transition. We don't even need staff. We just got him.
You know what I mean? It's like,
that's so funny.
It was. I was like, so perfect. It was a nice pan, like right to the person talking. I was like, okay.
But he did pan it like to show the whole room.
Right. He's,
behind this camera, it looks a little crazy right now, so it'll look better soon.
Don't be saying that, because last time you said that we had a whole heckler. Why'd you place junkie? Why? What are you talking about?
But that was about the recycling episode where we purposely had trash there to show. Now we're gonna scoot. But we can't scoot too much because we set the lights. But he keeps us on our toes. But at least I can face you.
Yes, right. So
that's another goal. If y'all seen us, we talk to the camera a lot or look off when we talk. We're trying to work on it, because this is what happens naturally.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things naturally, like cameras on. Okay, I gotta. You know what I mean? Like even again with me, like I realize in the episodes I talk my hands a lot, which normally I don't. But I think it's like once the cameras come on, it's like.
I think you normally talk with your hands, but we're normally standing when we talk, actually. So you move more with your body, like you have your energy going to other places. You know what I mean? But here, all you got is your hands. You can't be shaking your head around or walking away.
I really look, and if y'all look back at episodes, just watch. My hands don't stop.
Now that's all they're gonna see.
Right, that's all they're gonna see. I'm holding. I can see my hands, but I'm definitely holding them in my lap. You know, because again, FYI, my mom said something. She's like, "You talk your hands a lot." So I said, "Okay, mom, you know what? I got you." She's like, "But you know so much better now." Okay.
Yeah, and in real life, I listen a lot better too, and talk a lot less.
Because she's like that. She's like, I was like, yeah, you know, I make jokes. She's like, yeah, you just kind of be there. I was like, so you say stuff sometimes. I'm like, well, listen, I interject a lot. What do you mean? You know, but. She's funny.
You interject. You talk a lot more in IRL too. So. But we've like grown so much with that. There's still episodes that we filmed recently that I was like, "Damn, Amanda, quit talking." But
hands things for me. They ain't quit. Like you know.
But I'm passionate and sometimes it just comes out, but like we both have improved a lot where I'm taking breaths and letting there be air, because in the beginning I was so like nervous about there being any air in the conversation that someone's gonna click away if I take a breath. Right. I've gotten more comfortable with it, and we've like built a lot more between us of like how we operate, how we talk while we're on camera, because it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it is. Like, it is. Because naturally, you know, it comes, and a lot of our conversations just naturally, again, like, and y'all know too, we go on tangents, you know, but that's our natural conversation is tangents. So a lot of times when we have like a specific topic and they try to stay on that topic and on that subject, you know, that part's a little different than our regular conversations, because literally we'll go like 5-10 different conversations.
But then we'll always circle back.
Circle back.
It's like it works. I think it'd be interesting what would happen if we had an episode where we didn't have anything planned and we just talked.
We should just do one.
I think we should and just see what happens. And then we can like update, like we normally do life updates before the episodes unless they're directly related to the episode. But maybe we could save our life updates and just go straight into filming.
Which would make me nervous too, because listen, we talk about everything. We can police ourselves a little bit better when we got a topic and a subject. But
it might get wild.
It already gets wild. Like
I know.
So it could, we don't know, y'all.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. But
I do around and find out.
But I do want to ask this, because this is about my mind, like, you know, because it does take me back to, you know, again, that we're reflecting to that first like episode, you know what I mean, and the first unofficial episode, right, when you know we were just talking, and you know you said, hey, I just want to do a podcast, you know, and so being that, you know, was, you know, thought you had something you want to do for a long time, and then just kind of did it in that moment. I just want to know, like, from your take, like, is this kind of, you know, what you thought, you know, what you kind of saw, what you envisioned and hoped for, you know what I mean, like, what's, you know, in that. What are your thoughts about that? Yeah,
I mean, I think us working together and everything like we've created is everything I hoped for. It's just a lot. I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but I didn't realize, like, time-wise, the full undertaking, I guess, because, you know, one of our goals was to post more, and we have been posting more. We didn't say how much we were going to post, so I'm glad we did that. We have been hitting the goal, but we wanted to be posting way more than that. But to edit all these small videos and figure out a caption and hashtags and like all that stuff, like, it's a lot more than I thought. But everything else, like, and it's a lot harder to get engagement like than I thought, but everything else has been everything I hoped for, and I'm very, very glad that we did this together. I am too. And it's just really beautiful that, like, literally that one night, if you haven't seen our episode -1, then check it out. It's audio only. But it's just crazy that night we started talking about it randomly just a little bit, and then we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're going to figure it out. And I'm glad I randomly hit record, because that wasn't planned either.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too. Like, you know, and going back and reflecting on that episode, like, especially at that time, and when we come back to Atlanta, and, you know, again, it just really was an opportunity for us to, I mean, honestly, in that moment, we really was just catching up, literally. Yeah. You know, and being able to catch up, and then, you know,
that's why I think that kind of episode would be good too, because I thought that was a good episode.
I did too. You know? And so I feel that the exact same way. I mean, I will, and again, going back to our spontaneity episode, it was just like, okay, bet, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is how we live. Yeah, absolutely. Without really thinking about the same thing, like, the commitments it takes, the editing process, and not even thinking really about even what to expect as what maybe even could go wrong, or things you got to figure out, or, all these things that you just didn't know and don't know, and, trying to edit stuff, and I mean, just all of and there's so much that happens, you guys don't know about, like, behind the scenes, or like I said, when things do gotta go crazy, that we wasn't planning and having to, so there's so many, times we have to, like, really kind of put out these fires, just to try to make sure that, we can just give you guys consistent content. And for me, that's like the biggest thing that I've been really proud about in this is, like, our consistency in doing it. Like, making sure, meeting our schedules, meeting our time commitments, meeting our, we doing stuff on the back end, and you guys will see, like, our planning moments or whatever, whether that's sometimes in person or just in conversations, and just making sure, like, we're making the time to, like, take care of the business for the podcast, which is really beautiful, again, as us being creatives, and for me too, like, we mentioned in the past episode, is like being able to at least have some form of creative outlet has been, like, really big for me, because it's like, even though I can't do a lot of things that, like, that I want to do as, like, my career in those creative aspects, or posting myself, those kind of things, it's like, it's always good that, like, at least once a week I can kind of have this and show myself personality,
and even I was talking about this on one of my TikToks, is like, I'm glad that I have something to hold myself accountable. Because I'm able to look back, besides holding myself accountable for us showing up and us planning and stuff, but, like, I say things that I want to do. I say the person that I want to be, and then I'm able to, like, look back and reflect, like, how far have I gotten? What do I still need to do? Is there something that I didn't even completely start at all?
Right. And it does help with that, like, keeping it accountable, because, we do say a lot of things to you guys of, like, our goals and stuff. So it's like, okay, well, even though I want to, like, backtrack on myself, it's like I can't, because I already told to the people, what I mean? So now I have to, like, make sure I'm, being, mindful of what I say, and then, like, doing, the things I say I'm going to do, which is really good too, when we have those episodes of, like, resolutions and those kind of things, because it's like being those reminders, okay, we have a goal, and we got to keep it going, because I want to give you guys that update, like, guess what I did, you guys, you know what I mean? Or, so how has it been for you? Like, was it what you expected? Because I know you wanted to do a podcast too. And it has been, and again, I really, because, like, for me, for me, it's like one of those back end thoughts, like, maybe, down the road later on, a great idea. So I really, again, when it, presented, it was like, okay, let's do it. But I didn't have really much foresight about, again, what to expect, what it was going to be like, other than the fact of just naturally how we are. And I just felt like at the end of the day, as long as, we stay true to, like, each other and of course ourselves, but to what we have, and keeping that authentic, I felt like, I felt like, I didn't have any doubts that it wasn't going to be great, because like I said, our chemistry is great, again, on camera, off camera, like, we talk, that's what I'm saying, listen, we talk, we laugh.
I know. We literally today we're like, okay, we need to not talk after recording, because sometimes on a recording day we'll spend, like, hours, like, so much time, and it's like late at night, and we're like, man, I had this and that and this and that to do today, and we're like, gabbing.
You guys see 45 minutes to an hour, the whole process be like 5 hours, 6 hours, like, it's crazy, and most of it is us fucking around talking, like, so sometimes, like, literally she be like, save it for the podcast, save it
but most of the time we forget once we save it, we're like, we just get on another conversation and it's out the window, like,
so funny.
Oh my god, sometimes we remember that, but
it's so true though.
But do you have anything from the 2024 resolutions? If you haven't watched it, watch what's in store for 2024. But we talk about a lot of our resolutions for ourselves in the podcast. That was another episode that I should have been a little quieter on let you share more. So share more now.
Okay. But as far as what you mean exactly,
like, did you see any like resolutions? Do you know? Did you?
I did not.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to ask it in a way that
But I know, but even when you sit in it, was like I know everything that I said, because everything that I said is still things that either I'm currently doing or have done and improved on, those kind of things.
Yeah. I wrote down the specifics of but I wrote it down for me.
I know, it's okay.
And for the podcast.
It's okay. And the podcast, I was a little, so that's why I should have tuned in a little bit more to see specific about what we said as far as, what we wanted to do more for the podcast.
But he's been doing more for the podcast lately, so, it's okay.
It's all the things. But,
like doing more than me, not like do it. Yeah.
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 No, but, so far as the things that, I had personal goals and resolutions and stuff, so far I think that outside of the one thing that, I did say I want to be more as like holistic and stuff like that, I haven't fully gotten there yet. Now, in some places I have, because I have, some new herbs and stuff I do take and things of that nature, but to be fully, immersed in the way I really want to, I haven't been there yet, only because of course things cost money, and changing that kind of lifestyle and things like that.
And I do bring you snacks that are all processed.
You bring me a lot of snacks, you guys, and I eat every last one of them. I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy for
I asked if they had honey buns coming in. They don't have any more honey buns, so yeah.
Because listen, that was
anytime they have honey buns, I grabbed like 4.
Oh my gosh, listen, so many honey, and I love it, and I'm just saying this because I know we're not getting endorsed, but Dutch's honey buns are the best, and so that's what she be bringing me, Dutch's honey buns, especially warmed up. They're amazing. So it has been my weakness. It has been my little cheap snack, but I've been being smart. I've been doing like really good where I'm like, okay, I'm only going to like eat one this week, and I'm like really strategic on,
there you go.
So I've been keeping them like in the bag. I've been, because I do have to like, watch my sugar levels and all those kind of things,
And the snacks are gonna stop flowing soon.
Yeah. So I was taking full advantage. Of course, the biggest thing I love, she brings me a lot of beef jerky. I love it. Hey, if any of you guys want to bring me beef jerky,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Email us and we give you address, all the things.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to...
Yeah.
Privacy would give an address, but... Okay, P.O. Box.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go. You open the P.O. Box and there's like jerky flying out of it. Like a movie where it like springs in your face.
And I would love that so much.
Get hit in the face with that meat.
I would love that. That's hilarious. And but that would be great. So but I've been doing really good as far as like just still kind of being more just health conscious about those kind of things. Just because again, like I've mentioned before, we do have a lot of high blood pressure in my family. We do have like diabetes in my family, and so for me, it is trying to be conscious and more health conscious for those reasons, because again, longevity is like just so important. Like I want to be here for the long haul, and it's unfortunate and it's really sad, how many people, our ages or, not even far from us, definitely less than 50, who's been like just checking out of here, like left and right. And, and of course for me, that's like a big thing that, plays on my mind a lot, is because and of course with some of these things you never know. No matter what you do, you can be as fit as you want to be and eat all the right things, and then you can still have ailments or cancers or whatever. So there's no real way of avoiding it all, especially with with what they're doing to like food and putting food, and
because even the healthy stuff has a bunch of shit injected into it, like they're like slowly killing us.
It's so it is wild and it's disgusting, all the things. So I'm like, again, if I can slow myself in that, then I'm gonna do kind of, do what I can. I get it. Is it difficult or hard? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Food tastes good. Who wants to work out? All the things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it is difficult. But I do think, again, just being conscious of it and making the steps and being, like, I don't really like calorie count and stuff like that for real, but I do look at calories, because that will make me conscious about, okay, do you really want, do you really, say, that, get your honey buns. That honey bun is 450 calories. Do you really?
They really 450?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Honey buns are high. They're high.
And calories turn to sugar, which is the whole thing. Right. And then it already has so much sugar.
Exactly. And again, being that consciousness, I do have to be mindful, like I mentioned before we started recording, I did check my blood pressure, and it was high. I've never had high blood pressure. But it's also because, I have been on the go a lot, which of course has been forced me to, do a lot more fast food than I'm normally used to. So I do know that that's a major, part in it. But I have been conscious in that too, like telling myself, okay, Q, one of your meals has to just, be a salad, or, or you have to get one of your meals from the grocery store, actually go, because I really like going to the grocery store for real. So of course it's easy to go through somebody's drive-through, you know what I mean? But I've been trying to be conscious, okay, because then I get a better options of again, whatever is in the store, whether it's chicken salad, or tuna salad, or sandwich, or I do love a good.
Gotta be careful with tuna salad too, though. It's crazy. Yeah, if you don't make it yourself, you gotta be careful with everything. Everything you don't make yourself, and even some things you make yourself, because they could be putting a bunch of stuff in it that we don't even know. But
it's crazy. I heard that they were let people eat the clone chicken, and one of my friends was talking about how they got it to now where they can grow cows without the mother, and it's just
that's so scary.
It's scary.
So I'm like, how? Is it actually the for real 100% genetic makeup? How does that? Maybe because I don't know science. But I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know. And it's so crazy because it might get to humans, right? And it, let's say 20, 25 years from now, people really gonna be walking around without a belly button.
What? What do you mean?
Because we be born.
Because there be clones.
They be born without. Because you can. I feel like if you get to a point, you can.
Born outside the womb.
Yeah, outside the womb.
Oh, yeah.
So it's it's just so crazy, right? Yeah. Just imagine a group of people walking around here with no belly.
What do you need it for, honestly?
I mean, you don't, but but unless you know that you were connected to the umbilical cord, that's ultimately, so it's literally. But
I almost died that way, so I would have been okay with that. I literally.
Was it around your neck?
It was, wrapped around my neck. My dad said I came out purple.
Oh, really?
And I was in ICU for a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So I am lucky to be here, and it would have been way more helpful for everybody if I was born outside the womb. But I wonder what it would have done emotionally, because it's I'm sure some of my anxiety comes from that first week of life. It has
Absolutely.
But
I think so, yeah.
But would I have less emotional intelligence if I was born outside the womb? Because I feel that's my emotional intelligence has always been strong.
Right.
I don't know.
And that's the thing when it comes down to all those kind of things is we're doing these things without really knowing the psychological effects they could have, later down the road.
And you won't know for decades.
And you won't know.
Because you need that long to really find out. And test a bunch of people.
It's wild.
I know. Some of these futuristic movies are gonna come true one day, and I'm like.
And sometimes you feel it's a plot somewhere to make these things come true. Why?
You're like, damn, I never thought of that. That's
somebody's
a good idea.
literally watching sci-fi movies let's do it. Let's all money,
living on Mars
and
all that stuff.
Trying to get us to these different planets and stuff.
Wild.
I don't know. I think it might come soon. I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. Not soon, but 20, 30 years from now,
in our lifetime,
it could really be a thing, and especially with a lot of things going as far as those things as far for instance, if a trans man decides to have a kid, right, and so it gives those kind of opportunities to be able to kind of do it, where of course naturally we couldn't before,
Well, they could carry, but not be able to impregnate.
Right. Or at least give or present other options for people.
I mean, sometimes they can't carry if they've had surgery, but if they haven't fully transitioned, then they can. But if they want to impregnate as their truest selves, then they can't do that. But I'm sure it will happen.
Yeah, and that's what listen, I feel like listen. And I don't know if you know, it could be that they are right now in the lab trying to make, you know, synthetic uteruses right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Or all the.
But you know, I'm
all. Yeah. I don't know what they're called, but you know.
Yeah, like you know, but science has, you know, gotten to places now where it's like, I mean, the things that they can do, the advances of it alone, just naturally. So we do, you know, heart transplants and, you know, and not even that. Now they're doing like, organs that are like biologically
3D printed organs, basically.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
that part I love though. Yeah. That part's really cool. It's
crazy.
Just scary when they're gonna like. When I know at some point people in power are going to create an army from made up people.
That's why I was. That's my fear. Now that part's my fear. I was like, yo, if you're making cows without the mother, you can make. And what scares me the most is because we already know, like,
and we're already overpopulated.
Yeah, not that for me, but it's like, you know, people only know what they're presented with, right?
Yes.
So if let's say you're born in that manner, and then the only thing you're being taught is war, you know what I mean, or kill, you know what I mean, like to me that's what's scary, because then you're creating humans who have no sense of conscience, because literally it's what they know, you know what I mean, and you can't blame somebody with all they've ever been known and shown, and again we see that,
I mean, they're programmed,
literally programmed, you know, and so that's what my biggest fear is. Or you get to a point where it's like, okay, you know what, we don't need all these free thinkers. We don't need all these liberals and this and that. You know what I mean? And then we can literally create a whole population of people that's just going to be docile, go to work, to keep the going, and
like literally robots that look like humans.
Yeah, you know, and
crazy.
And I'm hoping, of course, those things never happen. But I'm always thinking about, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Always thinking about like,
oh God, there we go.
You feel me? Like it's just one of those things, like the right thing in the wrong hands, you know. Even the same fear even with AI now. It's like, you know, yes, it has some great potential, but what happens when that potential is placed in the wrong hands with somebody who has?
Because most people in power don't have good intentions, they don't, you know, but they have all the means to do anything they want. Yeah,
and I'm not gonna say that. Well, the things they want necessarily isn't good, but.
Well, yeah,
it's good for their benefit. So it's not like so for them, their intentions are good because it's benefiting.
Yeah, they think it's good.
Yeah, it's benefiting them. But for of course, for the greater people, you know, and of course, time to time has shown us that, you know, and you got to keep the checks and balances of it all. But you know, when it comes to like sometimes the believability that we have as much control as we do, even though we do have a lot more control than we think at the same time think we do, you know what I mean? Like the people that you know, like people, you know, you hear all the time, there's power in numbers, you know. Yeah. So of course together we can do a lot of great things, but of course to keep the balances, you got to keep, you know, that's why, you know, constantly there's just so much division that's almost propagated, because we have to be in opposition with each other, so we won't really stand firm. Because if we eventually stand together, then of course that may overthrow powers that be this, and of course you got to keep the balances, you know.
And that's why the powers that be in the government will always agree on one thing: is that they want a two-party system, because it's purposely there to distract us and have us fight each other, so we're not paying attention to what they're doing.
Exactly. It's so crazy, so crazy, you know. And then you get these new things that's never happened. That happens. It's like, yo, what? Like Hillary and Trump the first time, she won.
Yeah.
It didn't win. It's like, that's the first time. That's like, what? Like,
no, I think that happened with Al Gore.
Oh, it did happen with Al Gore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it did. It sure did.
Yep, and Bush.
Yep, it sure did. Which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you vote, what matters, and then come to find out, wait, it doesn't? You know what I mean?
There's so much. Okay, that could be a whole tangent, but we gotta get back. Let's get back on topic.
Sorry, this is how it happens. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's how we end up having like hours and hours of conversation, because we would have gone into that rabbit hole and would have taken us to the end of the episode. Yeah. But I have like so many things, but one thing that I did not do at all. This is the only thing that I think I didn't even attempt, because I forgot that I said this in the episode. I said that I was gonna like look myself in the mirror and tell myself that I love like body part, like naked, and then tell myself that I loved body parts, even if I didn't believe it.
Yeah,
I did do it today.
You said that. Okay, well, okay. Yeah.
I did it today, so this is day one.
Yeah.
But I forgot that I said that specifically, and like I haven't been focusing on loving my body where it's at. Like I've been like really hating my body wherever it's at and wanting it to be different, and I've stuck in that mindset all year. But I'm diving into it. It's weird because I know that I don't believe it, but I want to.
Right, so you're gonna manifest it, right?
Yeah.
The more I see it, the more I tell it, then eventually, right? I believe it.
That's why, in honor of that, you see a little Bailey right now.
Yeah,
I wore something that showed my body as it is, and not trying to hide anything. Not, you know, I can't take this blanket off though, because then y'all would see more than. You ain't paying me.
You're
so
right.
You see more than you need to. But I mean, these shorts are tight, and it's still like it grabs my belly even more. And normally, I would never wear this on the podcast, or I'd have this like all the way up. But yeah, in honor of doing that, I purposely wore something like this, and yeah.
I love it. Love that.
But I did do it in the mirror today. So
okay, good.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's one of mine. I have a whole list, but I don't want to stay yapping. So what?
No,
is there anything that you like said you were gonna do that you
like I said,
never...
just the holistic thing.
But you've been doing some towards it.
Yeah.
Like I mean something that you said. I don't think you did. I don't think watching it. I don't think you did. I think you've been doing everything you said you're going to do.
And I try to be that person. I really do. If I say it, I would do it. I would stick to it. Because you're like, did you? Yeah. I'm like, I know it's everything I said. Everything I said, I've been active or keeping it or doing it. And, and even, like I said, I did get to the point, and I mentioned this, of course, once we get everybody together a little bit more in that, because a lot of those exercise episodes and stuff definitely gave me the encouragement of like getting myself out into the gym. And so it's been really, really good. And got the highs and lows of it all, but sometimes it's just getting in there, because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I go in there and I'm like, listen, I'm only doing a mini these days, baby. What I'm saying? We're only gonna do massage chairs and massage beds, and because sometimes I need that too.
That helps your body.
It does. It's all a part of it. So
yeah, I took Teddy on a 40-minute walk this morning, so I'm getting.
That's why he over there knocked out.
It was before it was crazy hot, but it was still hot. He was panting for sure.
Okay, that's so funny because he's over there. KO. That's why you haven't seen you guys in a minute.
Yeah,
he's over there sleeping beautifully.
I know.
Love it.
I know. I'm here for it. He didn't even react when I said his name, so praise.
Yeah, you're right.
Praise whatever's up there. Yes. But yeah, on that, like I haven't done as much as I wanted to for myself physically. I didn't set a specific goal in that podcast, but I've been saying different goals throughout the year that I haven't kept up with as much. But today was a really good reminder, because like I would think that after 40 minutes in the hot sun, like I would be more tired, but I was way more energized and way more focused. And I got stuff done around the house quicker than I did all day yesterday, because I actually like worked out. So even though it's still just walking, it's still something, you know?
And I agree with that, especially because that TIFF episode, we did a workout at the very end. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. I was really tired. I was really tired. Like I was really like, I knew I was out of shape. Like, and like I said, I didn't realize really how bad until. I mean, and again, that exercise was like probably 10 minutes. You guys, like 10 minutes.
Really, I think maybe even less than that.
Like, and I was like, oh my gosh, but it's just so good when I'm seeing it too, because throughout the week and stuff, I come in here, and Teddy and stuff, and we'll go outside, and it's been really good to where I literally be able to like run with him and run behind him. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and of course, use the part of that too. Like, okay, let me get a little workout in too. But it's been great because I haven't, like I've been good. Like I'm having, wheezing for breath or feeling overtired. I'm like, listen, keep up, because especially like he's hyper. So when you get outside, and
he's fast.
Yeah, and now we start playing fetches stuff. So it's like when we go outside, he's like he expects it now. So he be ready. Like he really
he does that ready. With me sometimes where I'm like, okay, but this time for real is like you gotta go and we gotta go. Like I do not have time. Yeah. I have to like go out there with him like 10 times a day. And 8 times out of 10 I'm playing with you.
You just want to play,
you go
right?
Give me the 2 back. Right. You go let me have those 2.
He just said like,
he won't.
He don't.
He gonna take it.
He like last time. I was like, not today, Jenny. We going out there. We go and then
he was still like,
it still was. And I would say I apologize in advance because it was me that's probably been having him bring sticks to you. I've
been wondering about the sticks because I thought it was my fault because I introduced one stick to him a couple weeks ago, and since then he hasn't stopped bringing me sticks. I brought out 2 different balls, and he still was going after the sticks, and he was climbing in that back portion where there's like barely a fence.
Yeah.
So that's
Once I saw you put him on the thing, I was like, I guess he got it too.
I was so over it. I brought out so many toys, and he still wanted the sticks, and I'm like, no, because
so
he probably brings them to you, but he does it with me.
Yeah. Well, see,
he just makes me chase him.
When I first, because I did like introduce this thing because I didn't have a toy, so I was like, okay, I need something, and then I realized that of course we
probably did that around the same time because I did that once.
He really do like it, like it was so crazy because I had both, like I had the stick and the ball, and he's like, forget that ball, like I want that stick, you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, so that did me to say like we gotta find a toy stick that he likes, but so we be going at it
like
basically because listen, and and again as a guy, and I treat you like a guy, so listen, I be launching, you know what I mean? I go crazy, and he go crazy too. I be launching that thing, and we do yard to yard.
Yeah.
So so I to the end, and then I come all the way back. And then literally,
I'll do that too.
Full yard, you know what I mean? And then he'll hook around the, all the things and stuff.
Except for there's some areas where I keep on running into spider webs and it's scary. I don't realize they're there until I'm in it. Like I'm stuck in their web. But anyway. Does he chew them and try to eat them with you?
Oh, he does. That's why. That's why we haven't done. Yeah,
because that's the issue.
I know for me too. And I was like, yo, you can play with it, but no.
And he won't. He'll run away from me as soon as I start getting close to him, so I can't even get it out of his mouth.
Yeah. And so that's why I try to be on him enough to where by the time he's down there trying to bite on, I'm already there, like. And because then he'll grab it and run, which is cool. I'd rather you keep motion because then you don't have no time to, and then of course when he gets to a point he start really kind of going crazy. Okay, and that's when okay, it's over.
It was actually really cute and funny. I think it was yesterday or the day before. There was like a super long, like longer than this stick stuck in the tree. He jumped up in the tree and grabbed that stick out of there and was running with it. It was so cute. And then he ended up breaking it, and like I saw the disappointment in his face when he broke it.
You be doing that because we go through a couple sticks for that same reason.
Yeah.
He get to it, it'll break while he running, then it's like half size, and that'll break again, and then I'm like, okay, it's just like, oh man. It's so funny.
Wild boy.
But that's the biggest thing, like just being able to kind of keep up and and not be out of breath or tired has been like amazing.
Yeah.
So.
My goal really is to like I want to start walking him every day, and then like I really want to start doing Tiffany's workout way more. So I've done it some since the episode, but it's perfect. Like it's so like if y'all haven't watched this for real, I suggest you watch it. It's just such a mind over matter thing with working out for me. So I've been really bad about working out at all.
Yeah, right.
But like I feel like that is like the perfect 10-minute thing to actually work you out hard enough where you get something out of the 10 minutes.
Absolutely. And I agree with that too, and I've done a lot of different things and different little workouts, and I mean that one is actually like
one of the best, if not the best,
I agree.
Workout I've ever had.
Everything she hit was like, you really get a full body workout in like literally a little bit of time, and again like. It's rough and it's tough. Like say, muscles start sore and
like
all the things shaking. Like it's good, and you can always and again you can always add more. all the things.
There's ways to modify it if you physically can't do it. Then she even talks about that in the video.
Yeah, and the fact that too, it uses literally just you in space. And that's great. Like there's so
it doesn't cost any money. You don't have to be somewhere specific. Right. Like you can do it in the AC. Yeah. Because that's the thing about the morning walks. I'm gonna have to wake up real early
because it's got hot. But soon it's almost it's August,
but I want to go on the walks
cool, so
for him and for me.
Yeah.
So
in 30 minutes a day is really good.
Yeah. So. And then I could probably do the workout after that because he'll be tired enough to let me do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Because I'm pretty sure he probably be jumping on you. Think it's playtime. I'm sure.
Yeah, but today after that walk, he really did come home and he was like slumped immediately.
Yeah, I got you. That's what we love.
Until after he eats, because after he eats, he always gets a bunch of energy. I don't know. But yeah, we both clocked that time. Let's get back on it. So I did say in the video that I felt like non-alcoholic beer was cheating, and I wasn't sure if I was going to let myself drink it, and I said I probably wasn't going to, but I did change my mind on that. And I think the first time I had like a non-alcoholic beer itself, well, no, maybe, I don't know. But I've barely had any. Like, I do not drink them like on the regular at all. It's really just special occasions, or every once in a while. That's the only thing in my fridge that isn't like caffeine.
Yeah, right.
Right. But I've been like not even drinking them every week or anything like that. It's mainly been special occasions when I was out on the water. Everybody else was drinking alcohol, and I drank some non-alcoholic beer. But mostly I've been drinking like different juice mixtures that's non-alcoholic. But I am proud because I did keep that goal.
Yes, I'm proud of that too.
Yeah.
I love that. I really do. That is just amazing to me. Yeah. You gotta always applaud and be grateful and thankful and support sobriety, because it's so great, and be this. I mean, this far in the journey. I mean, it's August, you guys. Like, listen, and we celebrated New Year's together. Okay, so I was with her on the last drink and all. You know what I mean? So to come this far, like seeing that, like seeing like the progression, like the consistency, like 9 months is. Amazing. That's amazing.
I really got my year's worth in because I don't even remember all of New Year's. So you remember a lot more than I did about what I looked like and acted like, and then now.
Right. Listen, night and day in that regard. You know what I'm saying? And not like it was, ever crazy, because I mean, that's not like crazy drunk or sloppy. Any of those things.
But I purposely that night was gonna let myself go as wild as possible. So then also part of it was to also feel the effects of the hangover and remind myself like why I'm doing this. Like that was one of my worst hangovers, if not my worst, and it lasted for a few days. And like I cannot, now where I'm at, I will never get that drunk ever again in my entire life. I will never even get close to that drunk. I don't ever even want to get drunk to a point where I'm going to have a hangover. I might want to get a little tipsy, but I don't even want to get drunk. I feel
that, and I'm in that same way. Now, granted, I do get a little bit more than tipsy. I would say that. I don't think I get like super drunk, but a little bit more than tipsy, but again, like, a few years back, for those who may not know, whatever, but I was in a really, really bad accident coming from a party and stuff, where we had been drinking and all those things. And I wasn't driving, but I always felt like, had I been in a conscious mind and mindset to where I could drive, then, I would have. And so, now I really know my limit. Like, I know exactly, 2 shots and a half, I know, like, the perfect to get me to the same level to where, because I'm the type of person where I, prefer to drive. For that, again, that reason is done that kind of to me, where I don't like, and honestly, I don't know, I probably can still really kind of count how many times I've driven with other people for real, but it's just one of the things where I'm like, okay, cool, I make sure we get there, I can drink enough to where I'm good, to where by the time the party is over, because like I said, I like to dance it off and do all the things, so so then by the time that I know I'm back good again, to where if I need to drive, I can't, and then of course I have no, for me, I I don't mind pulling over. I don't mind going to sleep until I don't mind doing nothing. Or and again, if I got somebody else who's better, you got it. But again, I try not to be in those places. So I really try to stick to my limit, know my limit, and then I'm good. So.
And that's why I'm excited. Like, it's going to be crazy because I know that having one drink is probably going to get me a little tipsy.
That's what I was going to say. It's going to be a little tough to get it
after a whole year. It's going to be wild. I might have just that bottle of champagne I've been saving. And that's it. And it's a baby bottle, so I might just end up just drinking that. Because I don't even want to get drunk on New Year's. Like, I just want to, have a little celebration, be part of the group. But even on, I think we mentioned on the podcast, but even on the 6 months sober celebration, we made shots, but they were sober shots. And it was really fun to take shots again, but they didn't have to be alcohol. So I honestly am about to do that, so much at different parties and stuff. When everybody's taking shots, pour some lemonade up in there and take a shot with them. So I'm still part of the group, but I'm not doing something that I don't want to do.
Absolutely.
Because actually, the action of taking a shot is fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's action because I don't care what anybody says. Alcohol is gross. I don't. I've never had to. It's not a lot of alcohol I've ever tasted oh my god, this is really delicious. Unless you're mixing it with a lot of juice, which is I like that. Listen, give me a good margarita, baby.
Not liquor, at least. I can have wine and beer that tastes good.
Wine and beer, but liquor, it's not good. So I be feeling you get this shot, and it's, to me, it's misery, and people be like, no chase, I need one. What do you mean? No, oh my gosh,
you better chase me out this party, man.
But that's just such a big thing, and I love that for you. And I'm also plugged too, if you guys haven't followed up or follow her social media pages, do because she's really been posting every day. On TikTok. TikTok.
Not on Instagram. So sorry, but.
Her status, so again, you have it. You can literally go back through the last 100 something days and see
200 something days.
Oh, that's amazing.
200
something days and see the whole thing. So and they're great too. So they're funny. They're all kind of things. And
thanks. They really are roller coasters.
They are.
It depends. Very much like this podcast, where it's it depends on the day, what we're talking about, what we're doing. If I'm crying or if I'm laughing, you'll find out.
But you get to see the journey, and it's beautiful. It's
some of it's vlog style. Some of it's me talking to the camera. Some's I guess there's no really difference between vlog style and talking to the camera. There's no other one. What would be the next thing that's different? I don't know. Either way, come check it out. That is one thing that I said I was going to do is, post more, and, I'm not posting as much as I want to, especially in all my other pages and in our page, but I definitely have kept to that goal consistently, and every single day, even sometimes it's ended up at 3 a.m. and I accidentally posted for that day, but until I go to sleep and the day's over, it still counts.
Exactly.
And I have posted every single day, and that has been really challenging sometimes to find the time, or I'll be oh, I'm gonna do it after this, and it gets so late, but I've really enjoyed it because I've created such a community. I mean, people have found my sober pages from day one, and they're still here commenting, and we're sharing our experiences. Some of them I've inspired, some of them have inspired me. I mean, they all inspire me, but with the sobriety in general, because some people comment that have been sober longer than me. And some of them started at the same time and found me later on the year, was whoa, we're doing the same thing. And it's so cool. And so many of my friends I've seen them drink less this year. We had parties and people were not drinking or barely drinking. There were times before with this podcast where we would have one drink before a podcast or during, and obviously we haven't done that, and you also haven't done that.
It's so true.
Really, honestly, I feel I haven't thanked you enough for your support during this year, because it means a lot to me. It means so much, more than I could ever explain, and it helps me stay strong and feel loved and feel supported and feel I can keep going.
Yes, and I love that. And you're welcome. I'm big on that. I think we need to support our friends in that, again, they choose that kind of no matter what it is, if it's something that they're trying to do for them and for the benefit of them, do it. Especially because again, when it comes to that, because we've talked so many times about how it's pushed on you, or sometimes you get the weird, that weird, you're not drinking, you're not, and we just do that sometimes even subconsciously to other people, despite what their battle could be, or again, they're just literally doing it just for themselves. But I feel like we should celebrate those things more in this country of sobriety, because we already know, what I'm saying, addiction is high. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's one of the number one killers, no matter what your addiction is. I mean, people, so many different, but so.
And, like, alcoholism is kind of treated as, like, a joke. Like, people, like, make jokes about being alcoholics. They make jokes about, like, I had a rough day, so I better kick 5 back and forget. Yeah. Like, it's like all this stuff that, like, when you become sober, you're like, oh my God, this is wild. Like, it is. Because it's so normal. So when I was drinking, I didn't even notice. Yeah. I noticed some of it when it was, like, to an extreme, but not, like, even different lives I watch or podcasts. They're like, hey, if you got some, drink it up. Like, you know, and I know what kind of drink they're talking about. Right, yeah, right. And, like, I was on a live the other day where the host got drunk and was like, it's just, but, and so many people in the comments were drunk, and I'm just like, I would have been drunk right with you if that was the vibe. Right. Like, it's just crazy. It's wild, and it's no disrespect or judgment to people doing that, because society is telling you to do that. Right.
Absolutely. And I think, we go against these societal norms, man. Like I said, they should be, and for the good things, benefits, Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that we should definitely, praise it, man, and also support our people, And that's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? To do that with you and to other people who may be doing the same thing and want to do the same thing. Yeah. And it's been great, in that. And like I said, I would be an enabler and be like, oh, okay, let me, say she's not drinks, let me be on a podcast drunk up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I appreciate it, because, like, I've told everyone, like, don't let me stop you. Like, do what you want to do. Yeah. And then my friends have still chosen to be sober there with me. Absolutely. And that just means the world. Yeah. Like, that was one part of this journey that I honestly never expected. Yeah. To the extent I expected the support to be there and, like, talking if I needed to, or, like, let's go find an event that isn't surrounded alcohol, but I didn't expect events that automatically people are, like, expected to be drinking for them to still choose not to drink with me. Which
is so true, because I mean, it consists to a couple of things. She had a birthday party, right? And it was lit. The drinks were just before sobriety, and everybody was lit. Great time. And we pretty much had the same people, right? It was crazy. The same people, because she had a housewarming party. Same people was there, and I was actually surprised how, like I said, hardly anybody.
And I told everybody. And she did. I was like, feel free to drink. Like, BYOB. Yeah. And then, I was just like, you just got to bring it yourself, because I ain't going to pay for it if I ain't even going to drink it. Right. But, like, I had plenty of food, and, like, I had non-alcoholic stuff, and there was just a couple people drinking, and nobody got drunk, or I don't even think tipsy, honestly. Which was so cool. It was so cool. It was a great time. I mean, listen, it was so fun. It was so fun. We had a great time. It was such a great time. And it flew by. It flies by no matter what. right. Time just be flying away.
All the things. Playing Pong and all.
We still played like beer pong, even though there was no beer there.
Right. It was
water pong. And I'm glad we played it without drinks in the cups, because some of those balls, they got a little gross. Crazy. And we cleaned the floors like crazy, and they still were like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to drink that.
Which I don't know how we would do that in college. Like,
I know. Like, especially in, like, frat houses that are not...
Listen, we had one of our houses...
They can still look clean, but they're never deep clean. That's what I'm saying, right?
That's what I'm saying. Listen, we had one. Look, and people still... And that's all the things, too. Uh-huh. Extra point if you got it in one of the cups they was actually holding. That used to be extra point. Gotcha. This cup wasn't even part of the game. Dirt. I got to chug it off.
Gross. Oh, my God. One of my goals, I I didn't even remember doing this goal, and then I'm about to do it. One of my goals was to leave the country this year. Oh, and I don't know if you knew, but I already booked 2 out of 3 flights, and one of my hostels, I still have to book another one, but I'm going to Canada in the fall.
Oh, nice.
So, and I've never been.
Please let me know all about it, because Canada is one of the places I really would want to go to, what to see. I'm going to go see Niagara Falls and everything. And if, depending on what happens in this one, it might be the first place I know. People always joke about moving to Canada, but listen, it might happen for real. It might happen for real. But then the UK is getting a bit better politically. There's other stuff going on, but I don't know. And then there's a lot more theater options. So it's still an option. I haven't fully dismissed it, but Canada's also an option. This is my trip to find out if I actually like it. Oh, love it.
So and I'll be I'm just so excited. But I mean, it's gonna be a long trip. That's why I'm not taking a birthday trip this year, because it's gonna be a lot of money, and I'm taking it when I'm unemployed.
So. Are you flying? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I would not make that drive. I hate driving, honestly. And it would scare me to make that whole drive by myself. No. Yeah. And actually, the flights to Vancouver are super cheap. Oh, really? I had a $30 off coupon to Vancouver, but my one way there was $50. Oh, wow. It would have been $80. Oh, that's right. Wow. It costs more to go to other states. That's wow. And then actually the... lodging there's hotel rooms for $80 a night. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay. This coming with 20.
For real. I was like, damn, I could have done this years ago.
Right. 25, maybe go to get my stuff together.
Toronto's really expensive.
Yeah.
Really expensive there, and the flights. But Vancouver is cheap. Yeah. And that one's further. Oh, it's wild. It's because it's a smaller city, I guess. I don't know. And less people fly there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Check it out.
But so I'm happy to be doing that. Stand-up was a big goal. I've only done a couple shows, but now I can go live on TikTok. Yeah. So let me know if you'd like to come see a stand-up show on TikTok.
You guys should, because I went to one of the shows and it was great. Even I felt like they didn't give her enough time. I'm still harping on that, because I know I mentioned it in the episode too. I'm still harping about that. She did not get enough. I feel like everybody else for real had a long time. She got on there. Wait a minute now.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we're back. And this is when we tell y'all about things just happen at the last second that we don't expect, and we just got to work with it. So, and we were laughing when we were gone about the hundreds of thousands of followers again, because we didn't have the experience. We were only a few months in at that point, and now we're almost at a year, and I feel like we've grown so much. How do you feel about taking the break and what that did?
Actually, I did like it, actually. I really, I think it definitely gave us time to, we did a lot of planning during that time. Again, we tried to, do a lot more videos than we ultimately did do. Yeah. But I think just for a good, just opportunity to, reassess, to kind of go back a little bit, to have a times where we was able to kind of reflect and, those kind of things. Now, granted, getting back into it was a little... Yeah. Because it was like, oh my God, I forgot to open it.
And, you know what I mean? Yeah, and the numbers haven't been numbering quite the same.
Yeah.
So we're working on that.
I will say, and we decided to do a month, so maybe not as long.
Yeah.
I think, because even at that time, 2 weeks was really...
So the momentum got a little lost.
Yeah. 2 weeks would have been probably more than enough to we should have did it, but so I think, again, I do think they're necessary, and so even in between, maybe like I said, maybe not a whole month, but maybe at least 2 weeks to give us that little time, and again, allow us to put stuff out. And then we did have a couple of things we was able to kind of do in between that I thought was actually good as far as what we still was able to put out.
Yeah.
But that is true. It did kind of throw the hiatus off a little bit.
Yeah. And it was harder for me to get back into the rhythm when I felt like I had to relearn some of the things I had already learned. Yeah. Especially with me gabbing so much, I feel like I went right back into talking a lot and not taking a breath and not hearing you as much.
It got to the point where it's like, hey, now another, wait. What do we? What? What? You know what I mean? I didn't, and I didn't expect that. I didn't expect
me either.
That it was going to do that, kind of almost regress a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, I thought when he proposed, it was like, okay, give us time to do this and this, and you know, and it did have
it progressed us in that, like the amount of content we were able to get out, the short videos we were able to edit and put out, but like it did in the process of us doing it and what we've learned in filming, it kind of did regress us a little bit. It's like weird because it's progress on some parts and then we took a couple steps back in other things. So definitely learn from it though, and that's the thing, like we're just learning and growing and adapting and trying things out and seeing what happens. So
and I think it's gonna be the leg of it anyway. You know, most, you know, even major content creators don't really get a major boost and see a lot of success within, you know, like really honestly, like 5 years for most average content creators is normally consistency over 5 years. So, you know, I'd be anxious, of course, to see what we continue to do, you know, in the next couple of years. And again, I mean, I feel like for a first year of like, and you guys, like I said again, it was literally like we mentioned before, literally push the button. Like, you know, we didn't study, we didn't study podcasts. We didn't look into the price. I mean, like it was like
we didn't know that Apple charged you just to put your podcast on there.
Yeah, or like, even before trying to go on live was the first. We need 50 subscribers on YouTube. You know what I mean? So a lot of those things literally was us like finding out as we do it. Again, as we already said, we're gonna go live not knowing, oh wait, we can't. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just so those, you know, those things, you know, just things we just can't really foresee and, you know is going to happen. But I think just our flexibility to be able to kind of go with the punches and, you know, and just really give you all like the best kind of versions of ourselves and content and, you know, ideas and you know, all of those things, you know.
Yeah, and that's helped me a lot in life and in my other creative endeavors and, like, just doing it and finding out along the way and not, like, putting this pressure of it has to be perfect before I can put it out and just put it out and then learn from that process and then it'll be the better the next time and then something else will come and then we'll adapt again.
And I think that's a testament in the games we play. I think you guys see that. You see that reality like in the games because again a lot of games we play is like just an idea and we're literally kind of coming up with it and doing it literally as we're doing it and it's getting experimental. Okay, do we like this? And so we're going to, you know, reintroduce again. You know, the last one you guys seen, you know, I felt like it was a little shaky, but again, it was impromptu. I was like, hey, let's change the game. And
we were going to record a whole different episode before then. Like, so, in 5 minutes before, you were like, oh, let's be spontaneous.
Let's change it up. And so you guys really kind of see, like, that, okay, did it hit? Did it miss? Okay, can we do it again? And then more than anything is that of, okay, how can we do this and the next time do it better and revamp it?
Yeah, and I want to revamp it where we can explore, like, more of acting and creating characters so we can like really do a full acting like thing so we can really showcase that and not even about showcasing honestly as much as I miss it with my heart and soul and I want to do it fully. And so, I think we can talk more offline
I agree about that. I agree about that too.
There is one thing that I want to mention before we end that I talked about. So I did talk about hitting up Ladies and Tangents. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all so much. I really hope y'all checked out the podcast at some point. But either way, I will be shouting them out forever and ever. Like, besides ours, they're my favorite podcast.
Yes.
And I talked about wanting to do a collab, and I did end up writing a letter and talking about the podcast and saying like, I feel like I shout y'all's podcast out more than my own. But follow us and let us know. So I got to follow back up on that because I didn't hear anything. It was in a letter that I handed to them and told them to read when like they have a moment from tour and they feel like they're ready for compliments and all that stuff. So I got to follow up about it, but I did do that.
Which is dope. Which is dope. It was really cool too. In that regard, and a lot of the things, you know, you've been doing in that regard is like connecting with different people and all those things is like amazing, you know, like even being on the other podcast and I didn't want to get it wrong. What's the one? I think you said that they
okay, as soon as I have to remember things and I forget, it's an adventures one.
Yeah, because I see it too. And
and I see it.
Pop up now, especially since you got on their podcast. I've been seeing it like pop up. And, you know, anytime they do something, their notifications, and I just nurse.
Yeah, and Tiffany has a podcast now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I cannot wait. We're gonna hear way more about that when she's here.
Yes,
but yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm so happy for her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna get all the updates next week about everybody, what they're doing, how they've been growing, and how their resolutions have ended up this year as well.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that. You know, so guys, definitely tune in. You know, next week, where we really, you know, again, continue our reflection of our first year, successfully make it through our first year.
And it'll be our first time with multiple guests on at once. So it'll be a whole learning experience.
Exactly. Right. More things to see, learn, and who knows can go wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Something might at some point.
Right. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody get.
Me too. Because these are our friends. We love them. Yeah. So it's really nice to catch up, and y'all just get to be in on it and catch up with us.
Yeah. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say before we go?
No. I mean, it's been a great learning year. It really has. And I mean, the biggest thing I just have is I really look forward to, another year with you. Yeah. You're doing this, doing what we love. And of course, another year, engagement and with you guys, and just, we never know the things we're gonna talk about. Yeah. So just, the things we're gonna talk about, the new people we may bring on. I'm really just excited for us to just continue to grow and just push this thing. I really am.
I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful that I got to do it with you, and that I'm going to continue to do it with you. So many amazing things have come out of this that could be a whole episode talking about that, and how much I've grown as a person. I've seen you grow as well, and this is just, I know we talk about the work and all that, but this is so fun and so special.
It is.
And it's something that I look forward to every week.
I agree. So. I have to say all that too. It's been work, but it hasn't been work in vain. It really hasn't. Even sometimes you guys, they'll try to put episodes out, and and I love her so much because our dynamic is beautiful. Because she be playing manager, and you got it. Where is that? I need it. Meanwhile but meanwhile I'm listen, I'm trying to get it out, all the things. But it's so great, being on top of everything. Even when it came to organizing our guests and stuff, it comes to a lot of business things. She be on it, and I love it.
And I love you doing all the editing, because I struggle with the editing, and I appreciate that.
I love the checks and balances of all and how it works out. And so I think our strengths play on both in all things. So where we at? Because I know we almost...
I just heard it. It stopped recording. So the rest of this will be audio. Saying bye, y'all.
Saying bye, y'all.
It was another hurdle that we overcame today. We love you.
Love you.
So much.
Yes.
You are all so special and amazing. And we appreciate you.
And we do. Okay.
All right.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Love you. Bye. No, we still wait, but we're not on camera.
We did wait. We waved at y'all.
We waved. We